everyone, my name is Sonia Gomez and I am coming to you from the sunny and beautiful Playa del Carmen in Cancun, Mexico. I'm originally from a completely different environment from this. As a matter of fact, I was born in Santa Cruz, California, and spent most of my time in the back of a 1985 Volvo traveling the western and southern part of the United States following Native American people, their traditions and cultures across the country. Because I traveled so much, I became a proud failure of the normal everyday school system. And because of that, I decided to go into vocational school instead of the traditional post-high school college environment. I ended up at the Paul Mitchell Institute and became the executive assistant for the creative director of Paul Mitchell Company. His name was Robert Cromian, and I worked for him for probably 3.5 years before I realized that I was trading my valuable time for very little money, and it was exhausting. So at 23 years old, I got into business with one of my best friends and now fiance, and I'll tell you more about that later. But we got into business together and business started to boom. But as sometimes happens, we ended up hitting this financial brick wall in our business, and it was like a lemon exploding up against a freaking wall. It was terrifying. One day to the next, we went from having plenty to living in a 1,000 square foot cabin that was completely falling apart. Well, one evening, later than I'd like to admit, I walked into the kitchen and noticed that James was searching a seemingly innocent how to make money from home. That sent us down an entirely new rabbit hole where guru after guru and expert after expert was calling our house at every hour of the night, offering us coaching programs and tutorials that were going to solve our lives and financial problems. In the end, they were just offering us a pipe dream that not even they were living themselves. They were living their own worst nightmare while they were selling us our dream life. It wasn't until about a year after we got into internet marketing, or fell into internet marketing, that we came across a young man by the name of Matt Lloyd. You see, this 25-year-old kid had put together a program where he was offering at a very low entry rate the license rights to his products. We could sell these products and earn back a substantial commission. When we heard that, my fiance actually dragged me to one of his events, and I felt like a kid putting their heels in the sand, not wanting to go, because I had been pushed over, looked over, and lied to by so many other people. But when we came into that room at that event with this 25-year-old kid who I actually thought was part of the AV team, it was a totally refreshing and completely different experience. I felt his genuinity and most of all his passion with vision for the future that really felt like it could be mine. Now, even sitting in those rooms, I wasn't completely convinced. I was already upset because you-know-who had spent tons and tons of money and wasted tons and tons of time with people who were not what Matt was. But when he told us that we could go to Fiji and stay there for 7 days in an all-inclusive resort, hanging out with the most incredible thought leaders, learning things about how they had built their business, I felt like Fiji, money, I'm in. I experienced MOBE to be so different because there's a tremendous amount of focus on the community and relationship building. The products that he sells and that we leverage are not only oriented towards building your business online, although that's what we've chosen to do. As a matter of fact, just to test the waters and the actual workability of these products, we applied the education to our offline business and noticed that our revenues reflected 2, 3, and sometimes 10 times what they were before we were using these methods. So the thing that's so unique about MOBE is that the people, the education, and the relationships, the joint venture opportunities are applicable on and offline, which shows me and makes me so certain that the value of this company and the longevity of this opportunity is everlasting. Less than a year later, after being involved with MOBE and testing all of its capabilities offline, I entered into an event where I actually beat out the top affiliate in an affiliate contest. I won over $15,000 in less than 36 hours and was awarded $8,000 in platinum coins on stage in front of the entire group. It was so surreal. From there, we went to places like Cozumel and different parts of the world where I got to meet incredible mentors who took me under their wing and helped me to author my first book, who helped me to get on a national media tour where I'll be appearing on over 20 cities on 20 different segments across the country. And none of this would have been possible without the support and infinite wisdom from the thought leaders who came to be with us at these incredible places around the world. And the support and the phone team from the coaches and our mentors that's available to us, you never feel alone because your life is free for the living. And I want to encourage you to dream big every day and love the life that you live.